Good morning, everybody, and thank you for coming to today's Restaurant News Networking Group, the last meeting of 2024. This is a combined meeting, and we welcome you all here. My name is Howard Appel. I'm the founder and publisher of today's Restaurant News, and we are all a group of vendors who are here to help each other grow our business and to help any restaurant owner, manager, or chef who might have an issue or a problem that they cannot solve or need help with. We invite you to get in touch with us at 561-620-8888 or go to our website at trnusa.com. And later on today or tomorrow, I'll have the video of this meeting up on our YouTube page channel. Actually, we have 402 videos on the channel now. And if you'd like to get there, you can go to our website and click on the link at trnusa.com and click on the YouTube link. And today we have some new people on the board, so I just want to quickly go to them and find out who they are. Malcolm Bell.
Howard, how are you?
That's
Not new. I'm
Matt's
here with
part.
Matt
Yeah,
Freed.
Matt, right. Sorry.
But hey, it's a pleasure
So,
being here. Appreciate this.
Sapphire Cleaner, you there? Okay. Joe, Joe, nice to see you again. All right. Today we have a speaker from within the group, and I want to get to him as soon as possible. And as today, I'm going to introduce Matthew Freed from EHS Recruiting. He's got some interesting information for us. So, Matthew, the floor is yours.
Excellent. Hey, everybody. Pleasure to be here. I've been around for, I think the most of this quarter. I've been in this group. It's been outstanding. Standing behind me is our leader and our president, Brian Hurt, of our company.
Yeah, I just wanted to say hello. It's been great joining the group, and it's been a real positive for us. The show was terrific, and so two thumbs up. This has been a very good experience, and I'll let Matt tell you all about it, and hopefully we can work together, sharing some business and making some money together.
That's what we're here for.
That's
All
it.
right.
Cool. So, EHS Recruiting, we provide a service to these companies just like everyone else here. We help them grow. We help them grow by continually finding them the right talent that they need to thrive. We've been doing this for about 30 years, and you won't see ads, you won't see things on TV from us. We've been growing our business through the relationships with our clients and with our candidates. We work in a very collaborative environment within all of us that work with the EHS. We're all 1099 contractors. We have 13 offices across the country. There's about 85 recruiting recruiters with us right now. Most of us are, when you're a 1099 contractor, just like you guys are business owners, you understand the difference between being a salaried person. That's kind of what makes our company a little different and a lot more competitive than some of the other recruiting companies out there, like Goodwin, Gecko, Patrice and Associates. We've become like career consultants for our clients. A lot of people getting into the industry may not have been in the industry before. Those are the people that we help really grow their companies by giving them, sane advice from our years of doing it. I personally have been a restaurant manager for a good 20-25 years, and owner, and and employee. We work with restaurants, country clubs, hotels. We work with resorts around the world. We've placed people in Saudi Arabia, and England and France, and we have offices in Canada. We work in construction. We work in engineering. We've worked in healthcare, IT services, paralegals, accounting. We help with hourly programs for restaurants, especially in Florida, that may be gearing up for season. So we really do. We are there for every sort of every step of the way when you need hiring. So it's kind of why I use a recruiter. The norm, a lot of the companies that we service, if they're doing their hiring themselves, and these are these are smaller restaurant groups, and even restaurant groups with 5 to 10 restaurants, they have an HR person in there that they put in charge. Um, Normally their first step is to ask their friends and their cousins, and we've all heard stories of restaurants owning and their cousin or their uncle running it and running it into the ground. Same thing with friends, they don't have that. um, that's their first step. Their second step is going to Indeed. Now, Indeed seems great. It has all the tools you need to put up a great job description. You can pay to invite good people to apply to your job. It seems like it has all everything you need. And especially as a salaried HR person with other responsibilities, this seems like a really good way to go. And you start to see some results. In reality, Indeed was a fantastic tool for us right after the pandemic, when all of our restaurants closed down and they needed to hire. It was who was fastest, who was quickest to get these hires. It turned into some interesting things that happened, which you don't need to go into, such as the Great Resignation and all that. But basically, Indeed did a great job for this country, getting us all back into jobs. Now what has happened is it's leveled out again, and you have candidates that are on Indeed that don't have jobs. Well, we all know that there are restaurants that need people to work, so why don't these people have jobs? The people that have jobs but are still looking because they're not happy with the jobs they have, they keep their profile private, so the regular user can't really find that person. The ads that the AI produces, they all look the same. They all tell you to put restaurant manager. They all tell you to put all the normal things that you would see on every other ad. Nothing sticks out from these ads. When you have companies doing them, they have their lawyers writing the ads. I mean, really, does it matter that I can lift 50 pounds or not? Does that have to be written in my ad space? Do I have to read that every time I'm looking for a job? Our ads are more exciting. We really can bring up the why to work at this place. The not only the benefits but the culture and the things that maybe someone else can't talk about. We can talk about in our ads. But that's, once again, that's the norm of what the normal HR person is doing, along with their other work. And even when the company gets large enough where they have their own recruiters, be surprised they still use us to find those niche people that they need. After the pandemic is over, what we have now is we have people that are much more open to opportunities. You're seeing a lot more people are interested in listening to an opportunity, and a lot more owners and operators are interested in maybe replacing their bottom 10%. A lot of the people that were hired during the pandemic, maybe it's time for them to go. So what we do is it's a whole different idea as to how a company will be doing it by themselves. We do social media. Our ads are flashy. We're posting on everything from Indeed, Zip, LinkedIn, Craigslist. We'll go to Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. We'll go to all these different places to make sure the message is out. Because a lot of people that we're recruiting are people that may not be looking for a job right now. Basically, we find the people that the companies can't find. We are going onto websites and finding the names of the people that they may be looking for. I know I brought this up in a meeting beforehand, but we're basically giving a small business a professional recruiting service. When a job order is given to us, 2 or 3 recruiters will be spending 8 hours a day working and trying to find the people for them. And I want to dig into that process a little bit with you guys onto how that actually works with us. We are putting ads out, and I'm saying that putting ads out and putting posts are one thing, but it's really our process that sets the difference. Number one, taking a job order. We're going to ask a hard questions. If one of you has a business and you need a manager and accountant for, I'm going to ask you, why is this job open? Why do you need my help? Where's the last person? And then what are the perks of this job? How am I going to sell this job to somebody? What's the future for this person in this job? So I'm going to get all this information to give to my recruiters, so they know how to sell this job. And then I'm looking for what they're looking for. In a front of the house manager, are you looking for the nice guy to be everyone's friend, or are you looking for the ball buster who's going to make sure the rules are followed? You need different kinds of people, and you can talk to us. We are third party. Do you need something not PC, to talk about restaurant? We're open ears. We're like that. So once we have the job order, we start the search. And when we're searching, once again, we've been around for 30 years. We have hundreds of thousands of people in our own database. We have connections with so many people and so many restaurant groups and other around from around the country, that once again, we're going to find the people that the company themselves is not going to find simply by putting an ad on Indeed or spending some money on one of these job platforms. Once we find a candidate, we start our interview process, which is once again digging in and asking the hard questions. Why are you looking for a job? How'd you get your last job? How'd you lose the job before that? When did you get your DUI? What are you looking for in a job? Other than salaries and benefits, which are the basic things, we really want to dig in and be able to present this person in the best light. Most people don't know how to write a resume. That's one of the things. A front of the house manager may be able to write it more better than a chef, maybe, but it's also that could be turned around depending on the person. We help them write it. We turn a resume that says I was the kitchen manager, I was in charge of hiring and food ordering. No, we turn that into I dropped labor by 4% in the past 6 months, and I dropped my food cost by 3% on average over the last 6 months. Everything has to be, the resumes are different these days. We present the candidate to a client with a formatted resume professionally done and a summary of how they got there from their first job or go back maybe 10 years. So we're really giving a presentation of this person to our client. We're helping scheduling interviews. We're debriefing the client. We're debriefing the candidate. We're really working, and we could show up to 10 candidates before they get a hire. All right. So that's how we help these people, and we make sure that it's a good hire. On top of that, I want to get into our contract, which is basically we guarantee that this person is going to stay. So and this is I'll try to make the numbers easy. It is a very easy thing. It's basically we get a percentage of a salary of a salary per year. Let's say 15 or 20% of a salary. We can go as low as 10%, but that's just not competitive, in today's market. And the contract really states that if the company is going to pay that percentage within the 21 or 30 days that we decide, there's a guarantee on that candidate, on that hire, for between 60 and 90 days. So what they get from us is all the stuff that we just talked about, all the searching, all the hours, all the scheduling, all the working, all the interviews. They do the hire, and if they find out, let's say 2 weeks later, the candidate's drinking a lot and can't do the job, well, we have to know about that because now we're going to find you a replacement for free. And that is basically the beauty of using a recruiter. Instead of a lot of these companies where they get to a point where they're spending so many hours training and not really getting their money back because the person leaves or there wasn't a good fit. When you start using a recruiter, you create a relationship with that person. That person becomes almost a business partner where they know your business. They're visiting your business. They're part of it. They may have personally been the recruiter to bring in certain managers or chefs. So the recruiter themselves becomes really part of that business. I know sort of some local businesses now that I walk into, and I've helped those managers get those jobs. So it's a nice relationship that we build, and that's kind of how we've been in operations for 30 years. I kind of want to end it basically by, I brought up our database with the hundreds of thousands of candidates in there. These candidates, they grow in their careers and become clients. And so we also have an incredible amount of businesses in our database. And I know we are nationwide, but there's certainly a way that we can help each other. Brian talked about it and this is something that that I guess we would talk to as a group is getting LinkedIn posts together, but maybe getting the name on our website. We have a lot of companies, maybe getting a list of the companies that we have in our database and sharing them somehow, or making some e-blasts out to these people that we are part of this group. And, I know we talked about each of us kind of putting together our presentation and maybe a way to present all the services here to my company's clients. And that was pretty much what I wanted to talk about today. I wanted to talk about how we operate, what makes us different than a basic, a job board, and how we help these companies grow. Because I do have Malcolm on board, I would like to give him maybe 2 minutes if he wanted to add anything to this.
Well, I think you nailed it, Matt. At the end of the day, what we're looking at is being an extension of your team. And we're not competing with you. We certainly don't want to do that. And at no point are we ever going to say, hey, this is an exclusive arrangement for us. If you have other resources that you want to use, that's great. We're really here to drive more talent to you. And along the way, we do a lot of consulting as well. Clients will always ask us what's happening in certain markets. We have a unique position on the ground where we hear everything. What's going on with the candidates, what's going on with the client side. So it's really interesting when you have clients like Matt was saying that are on the smaller side. Maybe they have one restaurant, two restaurants, but we also represent some of the biggest ones in the country. We represent the Landrys and the Dardens of the world. So really look at us as an extension of your team, and we're really here just to drive that talent. And Matt pretty much nailed the rest.
All right. Any questions?
I don't have a question. I have a comment though. I just received a resume that was for a marketing job for our company, and I forwarded it on. I just think that the resumes of today are completely different from when we put a resume together 17 years ago when I applied for my job with this company. I mean, it's just amazing to me with all the technology out there that it's almost like a art piece of them describing who they are.
We
That's
have
weird. Go ahead.
we have a what's happening is the large companies are getting ATS tracking systems, and they're running the resumes going through a tracking system, and that these tracking systems are looking for keywords.
Yes.
And
Okay.
So now what's happening is, so the tracking system are looking for keywords. So now the younger generation, or whatever, anyone who can use AI, can find out what keywords these tracking systems are looking for. So what's going on now with these larger companies is they're getting resumes that pass their tracking systems, but these people don't have the skills to actually do the job. So the people with the skills to do the job that are handwriting their resumes because they have confidence in themselves and I don't need an AI to write it, they're losing. And that's why these companies need us more in this AI world. They need the human connection. We're on the phone all day. We're calling people.
Yeah.
I talked about it. If you are a steakhouse and I want the chef from Ruth's Chris, I'm going to go online. I have tools. If I don't know if sharing my screen works, Howard, but I could show you how I will find that chef, and I will call that person on their text and email them on their phone and get them until I am able to offer them the opportunity. And maybe my opportunity is $2,000 more, 10 minutes closer to the home, and with better health insurance. It's a move.
I think.
Matthew.
Sorry, go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
But Terry, excuse me, Terry Ark had her hand up.
I raised my hand and have been waiting to speak, and it's on this topic. So if I could really quick, I'd really appreciate it.
Just hold on.
So in college, so I have my business management degree. I actually studied an entire resume class. I did my college studies basically in the mid 2010s-ish, in beginning 2010s. That's when Google research was big, before ChatGPT, and these resume systems, these automated resume systems were becoming the way of the future. And so I actually started my first business writing resumes for people. And what I would do is go to the job description. And the only way, and I would tell these people, the only way your resume is going to be seen is if you read that job description and you create a resume for that job you're applying to. Create a new resume, because those keywords, and it
100%.
has to come from the job description. And so I just was going to ask you, is that still how things are going with the resumes? Because some people I worked with within the last year, they're like, oh, but I don't have anything in here about me. And I say, that's what the interview is for. And really, I just want to know if you still agree with that.
Go ahead, Matt. I mean, for me, Stephanie, yes, I still see that as a big deal. There's a professional resume writer, Jessica Hernandez. I think that's her name. Anyways, she still talks about that. She still talks about those same things, taking those messages from those job descriptions and inserting them into the resume or the cover letters, things like that. So I think there's a lot of value in that, no doubt about it. Sounds like you had actually a really good resume class.
Okay, good.
But, as far as what Matt was saying, I just wanted to touch on the AI piece really quick. A lot of you on here, maybe you've started to see a lot of resumes come in more than you would normally see. And what some of our clients are telling us is with AI, candidates not only have the ability to use AI to have their resume done, but AI can also apply to jobs for them. So it can apply for 100 jobs at this, at a flick of a switch. And then what happens is the client now has hundreds and hundreds of resumes to go through, for example, and they go through it, they weed through it like they normally would. They find the ones that they like. They make those phone calls. They call the candidate. Candidate says, I have no idea what you mean. I did not apply for that. I have no interest in that. So they really are leaning on us more. In fact, it's helping us so much with that human connection because they're coming across all of these candidates that never actually applied or didn't remember applying because they didn't apply. So they're asking us to make sure that we're just bringing people that are interested in them. And it's a big deal. And it's sort of changing that dynamic. But the content of the resume that we use, and I'm sure Matt can say that too, is very much, Stephanie, what you were just talking about.
We add quantitative information, like we were saying, the job description could be kitchen management, or labor control, but if you put labor control on a resume, that doesn't mean much to me. I want to know what your labor percentage was when you started and what did you bring it down to? And that's a lot of hiring managers. They want to see results. They want to see what this person can do for my company.
Matt, Terry Lark has a question for you, and then Jeremy's got a question after Terry.
Okay, so I wanted to make one comment in regards to this discussion over AI. I know I'm getting texts and stuff about things I applied for, which I didn't actually apply for. So I think the in-person thing certainly has its place. I think AI will have its place, but in person is also very, very important. But my question to you is on another subject. For the restaurants that may be watching us, I'm not asking you to quote anything, but how do you determine for these restaurants how much you're going to charge them for doing the recruiting for them? Is there some form of a platform that they can kind of figure out whether you are the right person for them?
It really comes down to it's custom. It's one of the nice things about being a contract worker, what they can afford, what's comfortable for them. But it's also very important to be in the market, especially as recruiters. I told you we're all 1099. So if all of you had, let's say you all had sports bars, okay, and one of you is at 25% and one of you is at 10%. So Malcolm's the recruiter down there, and he found a great sports bar manager. Where is he putting that manager? Where is he presenting that manager before that manager sees the company only giving us 10%? So there's a balance in there that we want to speak about. It also sometimes based on the difficulty of the search. If sometimes it's a needle in a haystack, and we can determine it that way. But really, what it comes down to is what the company can afford and what they're comfortable with. Some companies are just not comfortable diving into using a recruiter for the first time. That one restaurant where the owner is an operator. Yes, it's a question. If they're only doing 1.3 million, maybe they're not ready for a recruiter. But if they're doing 5-6 million, they're going through managers. It's what kind of money you're pulling in, how many restaurants you have, what kind of turnover do you have? That all really is going to depend on what kind of custom contract we can create for you.
Okay, that's great. I think that helps a lot of restaurants to understand, the ones that are watching us to understand, when they can come to you.
Exactly.
Jeremy, you there? Jeremy had a question. I don't know whether he's still with us. Jeremy is a restaurant owner from New York.
I'm here.
There you go.
Go ahead.
I was going to do your intro for you.
Go ahead. Help
No,
yourself.
go ahead. You do much better.
No, you're pretty good. Anyway, my name is Jeremy. I own some like 9 concepts in New York City and 8 in New York and 1 in North Carolina. They're all very neighborhoody type restaurants. They're not one group. They're not one concept. Everyone's a different concept, from cocktail, a couple cocktail lounges with celebrities, to a Greek restaurant that's in a restaurant that's a 45-year-old farm to table brunch place, kind of a higher end neighborhood place that serves an American eclectic cuisine, and on and on. A Mexican restaurant that I befriended this family. Basically was a rabbi for many years. They had a takeout place and they were getting screwed by the landlord in New York, put them in as a ghost kitchen. Then after, during the pandemic, I made them a partner and built them a full restaurant. So you got an idea of who I am and what I do.
Yeah.
And my question to you guys, by the way, just to, I don't know, a lot of you guys I probably haven't been on the same meeting with or whatever the case is, but I'm in the process of working with at least 1 to 3 of the people that I've met through here, potentially working. Will it work? Will it not work? You know, I'm a New York restaurant guy who's been doing this for 35, 40 years. And I'm very skeptical of a lot of things. I've tried a lot of things that haven't worked either in our market or the way my group works, or actually the things don't work. Advertising's nearly an impossibility in New York City. Social media's kind of gargled in New York City also. New York's just its own unique market, many, many, many ways. I've tried multiple headhunters or recruiters or whatever you want to express yourself as, and I've had horrifically bad results. I'm probably maybe 2 of 10, and even the 2 really didn't work out. I mean, it ultimately had a couple candidates that were reasonably okay, and that it may be partially my group's different world. And let me rephrase that. One guy was pretty good. The other guy was not very good, but he stayed, but we kept him for a while because of the way the world works, and it's very difficult. I'm always looking for, I don't want to say the magic bullet, but I'm always looking for a tool that will aid and help our world, make our world better. But I even tried a recruiter recently in New York City, a New York City based, who actually, I actually liked his business plan and sounded similar to you guys. He had guarantees and everything else, but he didn't produce anybody better than we were finding, whether it's on Indeed or you know, those things. And typically what we find in our world works is referrals from friends or family, as you say, or, you know, or somebody else in the business who has it, or more often than not, other people in our organization who refer somebody. But management personnel in the restaurant business is incredibly, the most difficult thing I've had to overcome in my entire career. And I give you kudos for what you guys do, and you sound very good, but I don't know why we've had horrific, and we've tried various agencies.
Hey, Jeremy, Matt, I'll jump on that real quick. Obviously, with EHS, it's been around for over 30 years. I've been with the group 15 of those years, and we have pretty deep reaches in the New York market. We have one of our partners, Michael Starantino, who has been on our team in New York on the ground for 8+ years. And there's a lot of dynamics in New York. You're not wrong about that. You know, it could be making sure the salary is right, making sure the location is right. People need to get to it. So there's all kinds of incredible, almost like roadblocks in New York, but the candidates are there. We have pretty deep reach in our network, and that's always where we start. One of the things you're running into with other agencies primarily, and this is for any of you in any market, make sure they understand you. Like, make sure that agency really gets what you're trying to say, because a lot of agencies are going to stick to their process. regardless of what you're saying. And any agency and any one of you can get lucky with an ad. And if that's their primary source of sourcing, then you'll likely be disappointed in the end. So I would make sure those people really understand what you're looking for, and they have a really good plan on how to get them.
Yeah, and I'll jump on that too, Jeremy. A lot of recruiting, let's call them companies, started during the pandemic. And it was very easy to pay for a LinkedIn platform, jump on your laptop and say, I'm a recruiter. And what they were teaching and learning is how to use the platforms better than the next person. And I stress that EHS finds the people that you can't, and even a lot of recruiting agencies don't, because they're really just using the platforms and paying for all the bells and whistles that all these platforms provide, and they're able to find people better than you on Indeed or on Zip or even on LinkedIn per se. When you start using tools such as Zoom Info, which is really just like a big white pages and yellow pages that we used to get delivered to our houses. I really can just start finding anybody I want. I can target certain companies and find their managers and really, as I said, we're doing this all day long, like another recruiting company is, but we're not simply looking at the job boards and using the same job ads. We're reaching out to people individually. Yes, we have a database. So do these other recruiting companies. But are they adding to their database? Or are they recycling candidates? And you could tell that, Jeremy, how long did they spend working with you, taking your job order? How long did they spend learning about your company? How quickly did they send you people? If they sent you people within a day or two, those are recycled candidates. So there's a lot to look into when you want to start working with a recruiter. You dig into how they do their process. Most recruiters, they should be transparent about how they work. It's not rocket science, but it's certainly a process.
All right, I want to jump in here, and I want to thank Matt and his partner Malcolm for the presentation. And I'll keep the board open at the end of the meeting. So if anybody else wants to hang around and ask questions, I'd like to get our intros in today because we have a lot of people on at the meeting. So I'm going to call you as I see you on my master board and try to keep it quick because we have limited time. Again, thank you, Matt. And if anybody would else like to schedule a presentation, please let me know ASAP so we can get it started. Ed Gorton, good morning. Start us off.
Good morning, Howard. Thank you thank you, everybody. I enjoyed the presentation. My name is Ed Gerton with Seacoast Sales out of Orange Park, Florida, which is just outside of Jacksonville. And we're an equipment supply company that specializes in frozen dessert equipment. So we represent Carpigiani for batch freezers, soft serve machines, mixed treat machines, BGI Industries for vertical batch freezers, ESA and IFI and GTI Design for display cases for ice cream, gelato, and grab products. Also, we have slush machines. You can reach me at 904-334-4489. Thank you.
Hey, Brian, good morning. Jocelyn.
Yeah, good morning. I appreciate it. Thanks to everybody. Thanks for Matt's presentation. I am in the commercial equipment financing business. Been in it for about 16 years. Work with a couple other companies. I've been with Rogue for about over 4 years. And what I do for them, I work primarily in the hospitality industry, which I've been in it also for over 30 years in different capacities. But what I do is I help vendors, I help end users that are, especially on the end user looking for a vendor to use and they need financing, I help them. I do from small, large projects. We will do startups. We will, also on the vendor side, if a client comes to me, I'll help them get the financing for the client. Other than that, been in it for years. I work all over the country, and I provide commercial equipment financing to all equipment from, again, small, large projects. Doesn't matter what type of equipment, I can finance it. But I also want to bring up one thing that I'm going to be learning on Monday is that I guess we all talk about AI. My company has gotten this new program where it will determine whether bank statements are fraudulent or not fraudulent. So there's been a lot of fraudulent bank statements have come across. People have learned how to doctor their bank statements. So we're trying to do a better job next year and figuring out who's legit and who's not legit. So things have changed. Again, Brian with Rogue Financial Group, 404-723-7222. Thanks.
Okay, thank you. John Bunn, good morning.
Good morning. Great job, Matt and Malcolm. Happy Friday, everybody. My name is John Bunn. I'm with the BH Bunn Company. If you've ever seen a product that's been tied with twine and has kind of a unique knot, that's our machine that does it. As the world is getting away from a lot of plastic bags in stores and restaurants, you can actually tie all your product up and secure it, not only for carrying, but also for delivery drivers that like to eat the food on the way to your place. So if you want to learn about us, give us a call. It's 1-800-222-BUNN. Our website is buntyco.com, and our email is info@buntyco.com. We're here to help you secure your foods. Our twine is all natural. It is the best and the strongest out there to help you. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to all.
Hey, thank you. Terry Ark, good morning.
Good morning. Before I start, Howard, is it possible that I can share my screen for a second? My picture that I want to show in the back is not showing clearly. Is that
Go ahead.
possible? Okay, so I'm Terry. I'm with Creative Business Impressions in Boca Raton, Florida. I am your promotional product specialist. I can provide anything that you want to put your company logo on. Trying to find this thing. What I wanted to share today is a product that is great for restaurants that serve at night. Let me see if I can find it here. And it is, oh goodness, there we go. I think that'll do it. There we go. It's wine glasses, and you can, if your company has a certain logo color, these are great wine glasses that you can do. These are now the minimum on these for 144 pieces is under $2 if you do a one color imprint. So I thought that was a great price. Now I need to unshare. So I'm the person that you want to go to for, like, say, a grand opening. Napkins, tissues, tents, signage. And then I also want to mention to everyone that year end, beginning of the year, most of the vendors go up in price, and they are a little bit harder to negotiate with after new prices go up. So, and then also upon the new administration, there's going to be some tariffs. So if you have anything in mind, please contact me as soon as possible, and I will work to get you the best price possible.
Hey, thank you. Rick, good morning.
Good morning, everybody. Rick Israel with Lifeline Insurance Consultants here in Huntsville, Alabama. We are a company of individuals who have over 40 years experience in the group benefits field. So after Matthew finds the right individuals for the company can contact us to help them enroll into benefits. Benefits are one of the probably the top thing that employees are looking for in a job, of getting health insurance, accident insurance, critical illness insurance, life insurance, short-term, long-term disability insurance. So we work with groups of all sizes, but we like to sit around the 25 to 50 individual groups. Once those individuals are eligible for Medicare, we can then reach out to the company owner and say, hey, you've got some individuals that are eligible for Medicare. We'd like to speak with them, and then speak to them about moving into the Medicare space and coming off the group space. So we do it from the beginning to the end. I can be reached at 256-746-9581. Email is rick@life-lineinsurance.com.
Hey, thank you. Andrew Ness, good morning.
Hi there. I am here with the Concord Grape Pie Company. We're a brand new company. We make pies out of Concord grapes. We're originally Concord grape growers from upstate New York, the Finger Lakes, and we would ship to supermarket chains all over the country. And we would ship to New York City, Hunts Point terminals, and all over. And we're experts at Concord grapes. And we decided to start making some pies out of the grapes. We're the only ones in the country who have a Concord grape pie, so it's a brand new item. We've got different flavors. We've got a traditional pie. We have a crumble top Concord grape pie, and we have a peanut butter and grape pie as well, kind of a play off of a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. And we've just gotten going here in the month of December as far as selling goes, and we started at farmers markets, which is going excellent. We have a few markets coming up this weekend. We've begun to sell to restaurants as well down here in Florida. And we have a beautiful e-commerce website where I can ship pies all over the country, an individual pie right to a person or a business as well. And so, should I give all the contact information for that, Howard, right now?
Yeah, just give us how we can reach you quickly.
Okay, my phone number, 315-651-2684. And the email is concordgrapepie@gmail.com. And Jeremy, I'm looking at you. I've got to get you some samples. I want you to taste these pies and tell me what you think. I would love to ship some up to you in New York City. And also the Bun Twine person. I'm sorry I don't see your name there on the screen, but maybe I'll get to the point where I need a twine machine to wrap up my boxes, with the pies. So,
That'd be great.
Also, thank you to everybody. We're new to the Zoom meeting. This is just our third, and people from this group right here are already supporting us. We've gotten a lot of orders online just from this group. And so much appreciated. Thank you very much.
And we just designed a beautiful ad for the company that we're going to be running in our January issue. So thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Darren, good morning.
Good morning, everybody. Darren Gall, C3 Complete. We are a technology solutions company. For the restaurant industry, we are very good at all aspects of technology, whether it be from your connectivity, your phones, point of sale connectivity, redundancy through LTE. So pretty much anything you want, as well as right now, security. You are not too small to be compromised as a restaurant, and for change especially, we can tie your locations together securely without paying for point-to-point connections. We can do it all through SD-WAN solutions. So if you're in the restaurant industry looking for solutions, I'd love to talk with you. We'll evaluate your current needs and make sure that you have the right choices. If everything you have is great, we're going to let you know that, but we'll help you find those pain points and help you solve them. You can reach me on email at dgull, that's DGULL, at c3-complete.com, or my direct number is 561-768-4285.
Thank you. Stephanie, good morning.
Hi, everyone. All right, so something really important. First of all, I'm with Brilliant Computers. Mark and I, we're out of Boca Raton, Florida. We do all things IT, but the most important thing with the small amount of time I want to share right now is that Windows Defender for Windows 10 is no longer going to be sent updates. And so if you're still on Windows 10, and your computer came with Windows 10, I'm not necessarily suggesting that you upgrade to Windows 11, but I am suggesting that you get a good managed security in place, such as something like what we offer is SentinelOne. It just makes sure that, your computer is secure and that obviously it's still functioning the way that you want it to, because there's some functionality issues on PCs that were purchased at Windows 10 and then upgraded to Windows 11. So just want to make sure that I'm sharing that here, especially if you're in Windows 10 and getting notifications, that Windows Defender is going to no longer be supported. Other than that, we do all things, like I said, IT, business email, hosting and support, managed services. We do online backup and data recovery, and disaster recovery. When in doubt, reach out. If you get an email that looks suspicious, you can give us a call. We can help confirm whether or not it's a scam or reliable information. I just had somebody call me the other day. Oh my gosh, Stephanie, I let someone in, they're installing something in my computer. I told them to power it down. I was able to log in and clean up their computer. Thankfully, we stopped whatever was installing before it did any harm to their device. But it's really easy to fall for these things. It's really easy to get a bill in the mail. I even got one recently that had my name slightly misspelled, and it was something I had disputed in the past. And I thought, oh my gosh, they're coming for me again. And I realized, wait, there's a slight difference. So you got to really read everything. It's really important to protect yourself, have your credit reports locked. Anyway, that's my little security stint today. I hope you all have an amazing and beautiful holiday season. And I look forward to speaking to you all next year. The best way the best way to reach us is to open up a support ticket by emailing support, SUPPORT, at brilliantcomputers.com. And or you can call 561-877-1119 to reach Mark.
Hey, thank you. Charles.
Hey, this is Jeremy.
Yes,
I just
Jeremy.
want to say thank you guys and happy holidays. I got to jump on another thing. Thank you. Have a good one.
Thanks for coming.
Bye-bye.
Happy. Charles, good morning.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Charles with On the Fly Food Safety. We teach the Service Safety Manager course in 4 hours, and we also come to you. If you also need the food handler done for your people, you can take care of that while we're there. You can reach me at 904-923-2577. Feel free to text or call, and we'll get you taken care of. Or you can email me at info, that's INFO, at ontheflyfoodsafety.com. We'll be down in Miami for after Christmas to celebrate the new year. So if you need anything done last minute, let me know, and we'll pop over and get you taken care of as well.
Hey, thank you. Jordan, good morning.
Hello, everyone. Happy Friday. Jordan, CEO and co-founder of Starfish. We help restaurants automate their financial analysis. Over the last year, we have saved our clients almost $2 million. That is everything from food and labor to linens, utilities, and overtime, and employee meals and everything in between. You can find out how we're doing it at our website, usestarfish.com. Or you can reach out to me. My cell phone number is 914-844-5775. And my email is jordan.silverman@usestarfish.com. Happy holidays, everyone. Have a good day. Thanks, Howard.
Thank you. Joemi, good morning. You're on mute. Take yourself off mute. There you go.
That works?
Yep.
Okay. Hi, my name is Joemi Vega, and I've been in the hospitality industry, in the design part for about 20 years. My main focus has been F&B, and I founded a boutique studio for interior design about 10 years, and we mainly focus in restaurants. So we can create a brand, or we can help elevate a brand, revamp a brand. And what set us really different apart is that we don't just do the interiors, we actually we work with boutique firms or bigger firms. So if you don't have a marketing department, an operations department, if you don't have architecture development and all the other ones, culinary, then we have the team to handle this. So we don't just do the interiors, we do the entire branding of it, from the signage, the logos, the website, the interiors, the uniforms, the tabletops, the music program, the scent. Like we pretty much do like the whole branding part of that creative. And then we also focus on franchising. So we create the franchise package, we create the prototypes, the drawings, and really, and then we also help create outlets. If you want to expand your brand into different outlets like a stadium or an airport or a food court, etc. So we create those packages as well. So we are out of Orlando, Florida, but we work really everywhere in the United States and out of the country. So, and we don't just do like just if you have a client that needs a completely redo or revamp, or you want to create a brand, but we also do like if a unit needs just like a lighting package or a furniture package or a new outdoor seating, like we can do pieces of the whole 9 yards. So the name of the company is called DV Studio. It's dv-studio.net, and you can pretty much just text me because I don't really think we really do main phone numbers. It's 407-496-3288 is my cell phone.
Okay.
Or you can go to the website and email us, and the phone number of the office is there.
I think you and John Marinak will have something in common. John, why don't you tell us what you do?
My name is John Marinak, Marinak Food Service Consultants. I already spoke with Jomi. Matter of fact, I might even have some for already. And thank you, Howard, for putting us in touch.
Yeah.
My company, we design restaurants and we do consulting as well. We're an independent consultant, so that means that we don't sell equipment. And that means that you have the ability to shop it around. And usually with an independent consultant, you can usually save 2 times our fees on things when you shop it. Because with dealers like to use a lot of their equipment that, that they carry and that they have good deals on. So, and that can be good or bad because we work with many dealers as well. Anyway, 954-817-1183 if you have a restaurant that needs design. Thank you.
Okay. Azalea, good morning.
Good morning, team. My name is Asalia. I am a
I got to get that pronunciation right.
It's okay. Everyone says it different. I answer to it all. Don't worry, Howard. My name is Asalia. I'm a business broker and commercial realtor in South Florida. I do Miami-Dade, Broward. If you or your client is looking to buy a restaurant, sell a restaurant, or I would love it if they wanted to buy a commercial space that is a restaurant. We can do that as well. But something simple as a sale of assets or purchase of assets or lease a space to run the restaurant, any of that we can help with. We currently 43 restaurants that we're selling or leasing. So if there's anything I can do to help you guys in South Florida, my number is 786-457-2796. Thank you and Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
Are you related to the coach?
Nope, I am not, but maybe I am. I got to look into it.
Terry Lena, good morning.
Good morning, everyone. Terry Lena, Workwear Outfitters. We manufacture innovative workwear apparel from an apron all the way to the back of the house, front of the house. You name it, we manufacture it. You can reach me at 317-385-2539. And I wish everyone a very, very happy and safe holiday season. I'll see you in the new year.
You got it. Chris Kaufman, good morning.
Good morning, everybody. Chris Kaufman, restaurantallstars.com, providing restaurant talent, human capital, if you will, throughout the United States. Been doing this lovely business since Monday, April 6, 1981, and I'm going to keep doing it till I get it right. So we can reach us, Restaurant All Stars 404, All-Star 404-255-7827. Have a great, happy holiday season.
Hey, Jerry, good morning.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. My name is Jerry Manguel. I am with The Restaurant Store. The Restaurant Store is a part of Clark Food Service and also Webstaurant. We are the largest food service commercial equipment dealer in the country. We have started opening up brick and mortar stores in Florida, with the first one being in Orlando. And we are expanding into Tampa, Jacksonville, and first quarter of 2025 will be Davie. We sell everything from any kind of equipment and as well as disposable products, all private label, mostly private label. Best prices in town, great equipment. And if anybody needs anything, my number is 717-823-7866. This group has been awesome with me. I've done some business with John Marinac as well as Kevin Anderson. So if anybody needs anything, please give me a call. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Al, good morning.
Good morning. This is Al Kanbar. I'm a restaurant coach and restaurant commercial real estate. Azalia, I still owe you a call. I will call you today. I help restaurant startup and restaurant small business. If they want to save 5 to 7% in 90 days, we can work with them to train their team as well, help them with event, create an event planner for them to get them more money. I can be reached at 305-7070-350. And my email is hello@silverspoonmia.com. I'm based in Miami and I work with many states. I know Jordan and Matt and Malcolm. I know Brian, and I had very good experience with Brian pre-COVID. Happy holidays. And Jayomi, I will be in contact with you soon. Happy holidays and see you next year.
Hey, thank you. Helen, good morning.
Good
Afternoon
morning.
now.
Hi. Hi. We have a nonprofit ice cream cart business, which we take to your event, which we do events with, either private, public, whatever, in order to train and employ people with special needs. And we are a nonprofit, always trying to get donations, obviously, and looking for more events to bring our employees to that have been trained by us. We're looking for events anywhere from 10 people to 200 and more. Could be for a birthday party, could be for a thank you for your staff or your customers or anything in the South Florida area. We've gone as far north so far as Orlando and as far south as Coconut Grove. If you would like to create an event, please call me 561-676-2078 or helen@deliciousspoonfuls.org. And our website is obviously deliciousspoonfuls.org.
Hey, thank you. Did I miss anybody that's here? The only person I might have missed who's not answering is
Sapphire Cleaners.
Sapphire Cleaners. Well, I want to thank everybody who is here and listening for their participation and support throughout the year. And I want to wish you all a very Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy New Year, healthy and happy and prosperous. So everybody stay healthy and safe, and we'll see
Howard?
you all. Yes, sir.
Have you given out Christmas bonus checks?
Yes, you missed it. I'm sorry.
Oh, shucks.
Oh my God. Hey, I have a quick question for, is it Andrew, right?
Yeah.
So you grew grapes up in upstate New York, right?
Yes.
I have a brother-in-law that his family did it up in upstate New York. I think it was close to Buffalo.
Okay.
But the last name was Hubbard. Yeah.
And closer to Buffalo, like Fredonia. Yeah, they grow grapes there as well. And
they're gone. But the last name,
Okay.
his name was John Hubbard.
John Hubbard.
Yeah.
Okay, I know almost all the grape growers in the Finger Lakes region, central New York, but I might not know them. That name is not familiar, but my dad, who's not here right now today, he might know that name, John Hubbard. I'll run it by him.
Okay.
Yeah, but interesting. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Howard, are we done with the presentations? I had a question for Matthew.
Well, I want to sign off, and I'll leave the window open for you, if you don't mind.
No, you're good. Go ahead. Go
All
for
right.
it.